party succeeded, and they have all headed, except for Deena, to the city of Ikram with Rheya, where they ended up traveling with her to Rheya's homestead, which turned out to be very much like a mafia style, not safe house, but like but essentially it's this really big, beautiful bit of land and property. And Deena went to the further north along the mountain range to seek out Gerall, an old half dragon, red scale half dragon, or dragonborn rather, up on Mount Cormanda, which is an inactive volcano up in the Crestwood Mountains, because he could scry information from her blood on her heritage and her ancestry. And we've wrapped up the episode as he said it requires some of her blood, which she quickly was quick to give. Put it in a bowl and cast his magic on it. And the reflection along the top of the blood at first just seemed like the normal reflection until Deena noticed that it was not matching up with what's actually here. It wasn't reflecting this, but something different. A scene different altogether. So that's where we'll pick up here. So Deena, as you and Gerall are standing over this bowl of blood he's holding in his two hands, stone bowl with some bones that are almost probably little bird bones that are or talons of some sort that hook up on three different sides around the edge of the bowl. A reflection in the blood. You see a boy running, catches your attention, and the reflection seems to move almost as a movie would, and your presence is sort of just drawn into this scene. So it's almost like you're watching it in a theater now versus standing over a bowl. You see a very young a very young boy. Looks to be maybe 4 feet tall. Fairly muscular for a boy that looks to be, preteen. Flowing red hair. Skin looks dark and bronze. Has some very light clothing, just a vest, almost Aladdin-like, some light flowing white pants, light sandals, and this red and gold vest. And has a very proud look on his face, prideful look, as he's walking down city streets, up through a grand gate, and up to a much larger creature that looks very much like him, except standing about 11 feet tall, incredibly muscular build. And the skin of this creature he's walking up to looks almost like a congealed or hardened flame. It's hard to describe it in words, but it looks like flame made almost solid. Bronze eyes, no pupils. The boy walks up. You notice a rope in his hand. And in tow, behind the boy, are 2 adult human males. And the boy looks up at this other creature. Father, I've returned. And he yanks the rope and pulls the 2 humans up that have clearly taken a beating. I've caught I've caught them. And the father, in this big billowing voice, kneels down and congratulates his son. A job well done. capturing his first slaves, and says, "You've earned your first title, a hunter. Live your life to earn many more, and bring pride to the Efreet." He has a big grin, and couldn't be prouder, like lording over these humans, and just excited that he's earned his first. And I'm sorry, Deena, I forgot. I feel like I asked and you told me, and I've completely blanked. But how do you pronounce the name of the YTEDE? The or do you have a preference? Or do you want me to just wing it? I'm fine with that too.
Wing it. That's fine.
Okay. So, the father pats this boy's shoulder and says, "Well done, Yetid." And there's a bit of a shimmer over the top of the blood where once again you're sort of pulled out and you realize it's a bowl. But the image changes again. Now, you are standing looking over the shoulder of a near 12-foot tall creature. Same type. This Efreet, apparently. And the skin is a solid flame, brass eyes with no pupils, very muscled, probably weighs around 2,000 pounds or so of muscle, just sheer volume. And he's visiting this beautiful city, buildings made of brass everywhere. And you can feel the sense of joy and excitement and pride as he's visiting for the first time this palace. You hear people whisper around him, as this seems to be some rare sort of event at the Charcoal Palace. And he's talking to a fellow Efreet that turns to him and says, "This is my first time here in the Charcoal Palace. Seeing the Fire Sultan, you must be so excited." And he turns and looking as though this has been owed to him forever, Etid says, "This is but the beginning, friend. I am excited to see the Fire Sultan and the Vizier and the 6 great Pashas. But one day I will be looking down here from up above." And a shimmer goes across the blood again, and the scene changes once more. You're now seeing him, this person that you recognize has been referred to as Zitid, standing alongside another 5 Efreet, standing tall, shoulders back, chest out, as someone that has some rank in an army or something in this beautiful city of brass, places a medal of pure gold on his vest. His vest now has a robe, and he's in a uniform. It's very finely crafted. He has a number of gold rings with gems and such inset. And the general that is before him placing this on says, "Welcome. You've done well to join the Sultan's own." And he backs up and addresses all 5. "You are joining the 4,000 some elite troops. When the illuminated cannot handle a task within these city walls, it is up to us to carry out the Sultan's law. We will do it by any means necessary, swiftly and completely," said Atid. You feel again this sense of pride swelling in his chest. Another title earned, more renown among his people, advancing toward his goal. You see him look up at the charcoal palace nearby and looks up at the area where the Sultan, the Fire Sultan, resides. And you can feel him thinking once again, I will be up there. I'm one step closer. That's where I deserve to be. Then you notice that as the shimmer crosses the blood again, the surface of the blood becomes volatile and then almost begins to bubble and boil. While you're still drawn into this movie imagery a bit and not quite in your head in this hut, you can feel that the temperature around you is beginning to rise rapidly, suddenly skyrocketing. And all in a moment, as the heat nearly overtakes the two of you, you're drawn out for this brief moment to see the entire hut burst into raging flames. Waves of heat radiate over the two of you, and all at once the hut is swept away in a torrent of flame from some outside force. The two of you stand there now inside the belly of a dormant volcano. Massive bonfires burn along the floor in this incredibly vacuous space before you. The oils and fats of the dead bodies that form the base of these bonfires keep the flames and heat intense. The light fades out just beyond the bonfires, a few hundred feet ahead of you. The cavern ceilings are so tall they are out of sight. At the very edge of the darkness, on the shadow's edge, 3 huge pillars of ivory stand, each about 15 feet tall. A reflection of light from the bonfires dances across smooth contours. Is there anything that you feel yourself in this cave now, along with Gerall standing beside you? Is there anything that you'd like to say or do?
I look at the old dragonborn, and in in draconic, I ask him, "Is this supposed to happen? What have you done, old man?"
This is no. This is not what usually happens.
Do I get the sense I'm in a dragon's lair?
You feel as though it could be.
Okay. She go ahead and takes the tooth necklace and pulls it out so it's hanging up in the open. And she stands there and she, head up. She's not afraid. This is. I seek the great Ikram. Is he here?
Here. Voice echoes out into the cave. Every so often, the flames on the bonfires do a fast flicker. You hear the lowest, deepest, slowest gurgle of a growl from the darkness at the other edge. Each trip of the throat feels like a mountain being toppled over. You can feel the vibrations of it through the floor and in the air. The air has little slaps against your skin just from the force. You see these 3 pillars of ivory come out into the light, and as they do, you see that they are 3 talons on one of his front feet, filling up at least 80 to 90 feet in height is a dragon's frame that steps into the light of the bonfires. Takes 2 steps just to reveal like the first third of his body. And answers, "Enter or run. I care not, but stand there a moment more, and it will be your life."
I step forward and I say, "Do you not recognize your own flesh and blood, Father?"
You hear another guttural growl. It kind of vibrates the air and the ground below you. See him breathe in the air through his nose a time or two, and lash out his dragon's tongue, which is a bit like a snake's tongue, to taste the air. A moment or two goes by, 10, 15 seconds without an answer. And then a small voice speaks up from behind the two of you. "I've come to claim that which is owed me by my birthright, and what was sworn to be given by you." As you turn, see who's talking behind you. You see a small but fierce-looking fire genasi female stands before you. Looking over your shoulder, her eyes locked on the dragon. You feel the heat quickly intensify at your back. You turn back around to see the source, only to find you are now face to face with the dragon, directly in front of you, blocking much of the light from the bonfires now. Its maw barely 5 feet from your face, teeth bared, each jagged, sharp tooth is over 10 feet tall on its own. The dragon unleashes a terrible roar of fire. This sounds so intense that it shatters your inner ears and crushes your bones to dust within your body, just as the flames incinerate you and blow you away. And all in a moment, you find yourself staring at Gerall, back in his hut, completely intact. The heat has abated, but the blood still boils slowly. Gerall's speechless.
Oh, now I know what she looks like.
Uh,
That was my mother, meaning my father.
Incredible.
Yes, well, neither one of them saw fit to raise me because of these, and this is why I'm here, old man. This is the answer that I seek. And the tail comes out from around and just kind of under his chin.
Yes, I sense that there's clearly you have infernal lineage, and there is a story to be told in your blood, but these are 3 separate great powers in your lineage. This require a different approach. Sets the bowl down on the table in front of you and kind of looks about the room. Walks over to the side where he's got a couple shelves and different jars and cans and other things set up. thing. He opens up this wicker basket, puts his hand in it, and slowly starts to draw it up. It's a medium-sized snake starts to wrap itself up around his arm. And he brings it over and it has the head of the snake through his hand and brings it over to the bowl and puts its head down on the edge of the bowl so the fangs stick out and forces it to bite the bowl to inject some venom into the still boiling blood. Walks back over, puts the snake back. Walks back to another shelf. Opens up this small, essentially a terrarium, and pulls out a little newt. Brings it over to the bowl and pops one of his claws out to its full extent and digs it in behind one of its eyes. Scoops one of the newt's eyes out, drops it in blood, and puts the bleeding newt back into its terrarium. Casts a little bit more of a spell, chants over it for a minute. Blood still having like a simmer, basically. I'm brewing a potion for you to imbibe. This will allow you to see further visions into your lineage as time passes. Mostly through dream. Ultimately revealing the truth of your ancestry. However, blood is not enough for this very, very powerful concoction. You'll need to add a part of yourself. Something of great value. For example, some give a finger, others an eye, tip of the horn, a handful of their scales. The choice is yours. It's any part that is of sufficient value to reveal the entire truth. Some give lightly, and the effects wear off and short. Or have competing powers. Something to see it all through.
Very well. I'm going to cast Shadow Blade.
Okay.
And I am going to use Shadow Blade to take off my horns, leaving, say, 3 or 4 inches.
Okay.
I'm going to take the blade and just slice through them, take them off, just leaving the stumps.
Oof. Okay. There's a sickly, just a slick sound as it cuts through the dense bone of the horns. There's a bit of a searing pain that you tolerate because you've got a mission.
As soon as that's done, she's got her hands burst into flame, and she cauterizes the ends of the horns.
That is so amazing. These dark scorch marks seal at the end and scorch down part of the remainder of the horns, looking like stupidly badass. That's awesome. Okay. You see a bit of like, it's not that he's impressed, like, hey, whoa, but there's a bit of that in his expression as he sees your commitment and sort of understands, like, hey, takes the 2 chunks of horn that you've cut off, and as he places the first one in the bowl, the boiling I don't know, my brain doesn't want to work, picks up and sort of eats away at the horn, and as it becomes part of the concoction, raising the level in the bowl a bit. Puts the other horn in, same thing, and the blood becomes this really dark crimson color, almost is like a heavy amount of black in as it darkens. And he finishes this incantation and places the bowl before you. Drink this. Likely need to heal your throat. Drink it all, and within the next month, likely sooner given your sacrifice, you'll have your next vision. Expect them to become more and more frequent, revealing the truth of your heritage. Kind of bows a bit before you, doing your sacrifice and lineage.
She takes the bowl, and I mean, she's giving him this look like it's her due for him to bow to her.
Mm-hmm.
She inclines her head slightly, and she's a little paler than usual.
Mm-hmm.
But she hasn't really flinched much. You know, maybe it's a little tighter around the eyes, whatever, from the pain. Couple deep breaths, and then she just starts drinking.
The boiling mixture scalds the tongue, the mouth, the roof of the mouth, and down the throat and into the stomach. But you do not relent. You drink and drink and drink until the bowl is emptied to its very last drop, knowing
and
that. Okay.
The flames of Phlegathos, that when she casts the fire spell, she all of a sudden she just erupts into flames as she's drinking this.
Nice. Beautiful. And he gives a bit of a further bow, just sort of watching and with head lowered. Finish. And offers to take the bowl from you. Done.
And gives it back.
Sets it down. I have healing herbal tea too, if you wish, for your pain and throat.
I'm fine. She kind of rasps. I don't. Not now.
Very well.
What do I owe you for your services?
The experience. I pay homage to the Piram. The fact that I may have met his house's head.
If you need, call me and I will come.
You're too kind.
And she kind of takes his hand, gives it a squeeze. And if there are no visions, I will return.
Doesn't really know what to say. It's just sort of looking. Weak nod.
And she's going to leave. She's going to go find a cave to curl up in.
Nice. You saw a perfect area on your climb up here earlier in the day. So you head out. The air's a bit cooler out here. It's near nighttime now, so you're able to find a cave. It cools right off at night, and able to heal up a little bit. Okay. Is there anything that you want to do this night, or otherwise I'll jump over to the.
No, not for that night. She's gonna sleep. I mean, that's pretty much what she's gonna do, is sleep. and then in the morning she's just gonna uh, she'll go back into town in the morning.
Okay.
I can't remember. Did they have a jewel? They didn't have much there, did they?
No, it's very primitive setup.
All right. She'll wait till she gets to the big city where Rhea's family is. Um, but she's
Ikram?
to Ikram. But while she's traveling,
Mhm.
she'll keep a scarf kind of cowled up over her head
Oh.
until she gets to Ikram, or she's wearing a cloak with it pulled up.
Oh. Awesome. Okay. Whoo, doggy. All right.
I need another beer. Like, oh my God.
I know.
And we should just end the episode there. I don't
Nice.
think you
I'm
can top that. That's the end of the
All right, see
campaign.
you later.
Awesome. We'll transition over to the currently more lighthearted side with
Da-da-da.
Oh, that's
Mag-
right. I was getting drunk.
Yes,
Mhm.
yeah. I think Magdalena had just left the room.
Yeah.
And I think that you had asked to her to go let your father know that you're here or something, or your brother.
My brother.
Mhm,
My
'cause
brother.
I think your father maybe wasn't here.
Um,
Okay, so you all are in, I believe, Rheya's room, and I'll just let you guys jump right in. Daxel's getting drunk.
Do you have like, can you describe like this room? Because I'm pretty sure she's going to be in a corner somewhere.
Mhm.
Try to analyze pictures of like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter or something like that.
Oh, sure. Okay, Dan, stop me if I'm wrong, but it's like it'd be kind of like I don't know, like a junior suite at a hotel where there's like a living area, but also the bedroom, and then obviously there's like an attached like washroom area, a huge 4-poster bed, very well decorated, clearly to my taste now. So it wasn't like my childhood bedroom. Like I'm clearly living here at this point. So, but yeah, there's like all sorts of seating areas and and a big bank of windows. So lots of beautiful light. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm admiring the art, maybe a little loudly.
Okay. I immediately will just go and start, I don't care that they're in my room, but I'm going to start changing because I can't possibly be, seen in my traveling clothes at home. So.
How far away would the one, I can't remember what her name is, be by now? Like, did she just leave? Would I be able to like rush out of the room and catch up to her?
Magdalena?
Yeah.
I think so. I feel like we left maybe almost right after she left. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I wanted to do that.
All right, go for it.
Right.
Falcon, where are you go?
I'll be right back.
Bring more beer.
Will
I don't
do.
bring people to my home.
I run up to Magdalena and I say to her,
Oh, she turns around. You grab the back of her shoulder. You can't do that to me.
no need to be frightened.
Well, easy for you to say. I'm a beauty.
I'm just thanking you for your hospitality in welcoming us, and I don't think you really need to go and alert anyone that we're here.
Well, I have to follow my lady's orders, you see. If she's asked me to find her brother, I have to do that.
Hmm. You sure?
Yeah, I'm afraid I don't answer to you. I appreciate your concern, but I've got to follow my orders.
Okay. And then I cast Words of Terror.
Amazing.
Yes.
That's so
So
nonchalant
to
too.
succeed a spell save DC against me.
Words of terror.
Yeah, it's my ability. The
Oh, that one. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Plus it's what 8 plus your charisma, which is plus 3.
It's my spell save DC.
Oh, okay. All right, so that's 13, huh? Oh, okay. Well, and this is wisdom, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Not exactly. All right, let's see. She rolled an 18, but she has a negative. All right, but she does seem to succeed. She started. You.
Okay.
Oh! But it's not enough for her to run away. You'll have to excuse me.
Yeah. If it succeeds, I'm able to choose a target for her to be afraid of, well, for an hour.
Awesome.
So either me or somebody else. So I was going to end up making it so that she wouldn't be able to like go and contact anybody.
Nice.
Contact the brother for it.
Oh my. That's just too much for me. I can't handle all this. You need to head on back, and I've got to go take care of my business. And she turns and it has like this really fast walk.
I'm gonna go walk back to the room.
I walk in, like look around, go straight to the washroom, like freshen up a little bit, sit on the couch, and drop disguise self for probably the first time since they were like 2 days outside of Crestwood. So for that whole time, Ari has not looked like Ari and has dropped it for the first time with like a deep, deep sigh and just sits on the couch.
Getting
this whole time. One way to put
Axel
it.
sees this and then just like, oh, that's right.
Nice. Actually, you've got a gigantic cask of booze because you took the whole keg.
I did take the whole keg.
Yeah.
Strength right here.
Yeah.
I guess if there's any left, I'm gonna pour whatever we have in there, if it's a cup or whatnot, and I give it to Ari and I say, you know what? I've been arguing too much.
You drank a whole keg of beer?
Hey,
Don't judge her.
There's no judgment here.
I'm
Axel
saying
does
that
what she
out of
wants.
character.
So you say, Axel does what she wants. But so it's like kind of sloshing, but I just want to like here.
When she does that, she looks at Daxel because she knows Daxel's been like eyeing her. She like rolls up her sleeves to 3/4, not halfway, but just 3/4.
Do I see anything?
It reveals a number of old wounds that were seared into. Looks again like some archaic form of writing, and different phrases written in different areas, essentially scorched into the skin. One particularly fresh.
Oh, did you take my beer?
Behind
the beer that I offered? Oh, you did? Okay. I'm trying to think.
You probably have more beer because it was like big enough for you to like try and get it into the door.
All the beer. I'm just gonna grab your wrist and just like put it up to or bring either my face down to her arm or kind of just meet it.
My arm is getting not on fire yet, but uncomfortably warm for her. Watching look, so it won't burn her, but it's knowing that like
This
more
feels
like
so
a
nice.
careful.
I'm a lizard. I like heat.
I'm just gonna be your heat rock now.
Awesome.
So nice. Yeah, and I'm just gonna try to study it in my little drunken stupor. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I guess, Ari, if you want to let me know what language you think it might be in, if you have a preference.
Yeah, it's probably an abyssal.
Okay. And do you?
No.
Ah.
Sorry, I got confused with my other druid.
Oh,
She does
bummer.
not.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
so
a demon speak, right? Or
yeah.
beings below.
Abyssal, yeah.
Infernal.
And infernal. Right. Yeah. You're right. Demons speak infernal. And devils speak.
Devils speak abyssal.
I think so. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, pretty sure it's abyssal. But yeah.
I was like, I have draconic, but that's the only thing that I have.
Versus.
So.
Yeah, you're not able to understand it.
I can't.
Mm-hmm.
What's this? I can't read it.
Words.
I take her arm and I just want to like rub her nose on it. Like, I don't understand.
Don't understand what? And I like slowly like get my arm out of her grasp.
I'm bored of you. So I just walk away. She does not have the mental capacity
to deal with that right now.
Yeah. No.
Nice.
I sit down with my book. Waiting for Valkyrin to come back.
Daxel, at some point, if you need help with those ledgers, my brother is the one to speak to.
Huh?
You know, the ledgers I help you steal.
I have ledgers.
Mm-hmm. But don't just bring them out in front of everybody.
No.
Okay.
They're secret.
Okay.
I like drunk things.
They're safe.
So how close are you with this family of yours?
Quite close.
Like,
yay, Randy's here.
no one's trying to kill each other or hidden agendas, vendettas.
Amongst ourselves? No, we're quite close. They're my life. I mean, my brother and my father are my life. So
are they also
I work
like?
No. No. They don't. I mean, we're all followers of Joaquin, but that's
do they know about?
Not yet. They will.
Nice place.
They will. Oh, thanks. Just yeah. Friendly reminder, nobody do anything out of line, all right? They'll be wonderful hosts and give you anything that you need. You don't need to take it.
What time of the day is it? Is it like afternoon or evening? I can't remember.
I think it's probably afternoon.
Oh, cool.
Really?
I started early.
Nice. Valken walks back in at this point.
Yeah. I walk back in with 2 paintings under my arms. No, I'm kidding.
What have you done?
I walk back in and I see Ari looking different. And go, oh yeah, yeah.
Did you bring? No, you're empty-handed. Why are you empty-handed? I have to do everything myself.
Shortly after Valken walks back in, without booze. Just kidding. You hear the quick-paced footfalls of Magdalene coming back, and last button here is just updating the backdrop. More like. You hear her coming back, click, clop, click, clop, with a slower, steadier paced, heavier footfall. Magdalena, walks back in. All right. You watch yourself, she says over to Valken as she kind of pushes past him. I don't have time for your funny business again. She looks to excuse me, Rheya. All right, I brought your brother. He's right behind me here. And behind her walks in, well, you know him as your brother, but essentially, a half-elf. Do you want to describe his appearance at all?
Oh, sure. He's probably just a little bit taller than Rheya is. Rather tan. They look pretty close in age to each other. He's probably got longer, dark hair that he's got pulled back. Well dressed, very sharply dressed. I think that's about it.
Okay.
How old do you guys look?
We probably look about late 20s, early 30s.
So
Same sort of. Oh, go ahead.
If they're just coming in randomly, we're sitting on. Hello. And then back down. Again, manners.
Oh, Tassos. Sorry about Magdalena.
Sorry, Discord's being ridiculous and putting the US East. I'm just going to refresh it real quick. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know why that was on there. I was like, I'm not in the East.
Yeah. So wild. It's still there. Come on, Discord. Why going to be like this? It's like a tooltip where I select, like, maybe if I just click it. I don't know. I guess it's just going to say US East above your name for now. Sorry. So, sorry, your brother Tassos looks happy to see you. You've returned. You've returned. How wonderful. Pleasure to see you, sis.
I'm excited to be home. I'm not gonna lie. It's been quite a long journey. Sorry for sneaking in the back, but I was a hot mess.
That's quite all right. You know that. Oh, I had me a little worried there going to such a dangerous place. A Shadowgate there, was it? Somewhere in the Underdark, if I recall.
Yeah. Well, I'm fine. I got what we needed, so that's the important thing.
Of course you did. Didn't have a doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
Well, have you eaten yet? Have you settled in?
Well, some of my friends have helped themselves, but
good.
Speaking of, this is everyone. Do you want to introduce yourselves to my brother? This is Tassos.
He looks, I guess, to Valken probably first, since you're right there. Sticks his hand out.
Valken. Shaking.
Tassos, it's a pleasure to meet you. Interesting look there, all fluffy and whatnot. I like it.
I turn my case upside down.
Oh, you have to teach me how to do that. Just kidding. So, turns to, let's see, who would probably be next? Thaxel would probably draw his attention next, being somewhat intoxicated.
Did you bring me any beer?
Oh, you need some beer. Well, Magdalena, can you go take care of our guests here, please?
Oh, you're charming. Ooh, and I just kind of, not like excitedly or anything, but
yeah.
Oh my God, now I'm going to start talking all Southern. I just like rush over.
Yeah.
Now my Texas is going to start coming out.
Awesome.
But anyways. And then I just kind of, wait, he would be shorter than me because I'm It's like 6 foot. So
probably around or
Pretty
shorter.
sure most people in our group
okay,
are
so
short.
like I kind of, lower my head just a little, and just kind of peer my. You're just so charming. What's your name?
Tassos is the name. What's yours, milady? Puts his arm out, hand out to shake.
Oh, you're so fancy.
Oh,
It's
mwah.
Daxel.
Ooh, well, that's a sharp name. I like that. That's got some grip behind it.
You're so
Don't get
cute.
attached, Axel.
Shh, I'm talking. God, I'm so sorry. My friends are so rude. I pat him on the head because he's just so cute.
He seems to appreciate the gestures.
Are you seeing anyone?
Is he seeing anyone, Rheya?
I don't know.
You know what? Let's roll a die and see if he's.
Oh my god!
Not
I'm
currently.
too preoccupied with my own life.
Nice. Not currently. Can't say that I am. Lots of work to tend to around here.
Holler at me later.
Gives you a sly smile.
Oh.
All right. Well, and you, young lady, turns to Airy. Pleasure to meet you. Is your sleeve still rolled up?
Just and like because I rolled it up on the one that was like still freshly burned.
Nice.
And I just Airy, and then go back to my book.
He's taken a little bit aback by the scarring on your arm. He rolled a 2, so he's like, "Well, it's a pleasure. Is there anything we need? Make sure you let us know." And he kind of walks on to. All right, Deena's not there. We have Falcon. It's Demalagus. To Demalagus, and I'm just gonna have him do a roll, of course. Okay, wow, he's so cordial and you, good sir, puts his arm out.
I will shake his hand. First of all, can you? I haven't said anything yet.
You're good.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay. I was having audio problems earlier. Sorry, guys.
Oh, no worries.
So I would take his hand and say, "It's nice to meet you. My name is Demalagus."
That there's a strong name. I like that. A lot of wisdom in that name. It's a pleasure to meet you. Any friend of Rheya's? Certainly a friend of mine. He takes a few steps back to, be able to look at everyone and Rheya. Rhea, we got to get you some food, some drinks, something. Long journey like that.
There's drinks?
I would not protest to any of those things. It's been a long time.
Are we gonna have dinner together?
Well, you're just full of good ideas, he says over and over to Axel.
Oh, of course it was gonna be a group, but can I sit by you? Save me a seat, okay? Thanks.
Looks over and gives you a nod and
You're just so cute.
Well, I'll go make those preparations and you can catch me up on your journey and success.
Sounds like a plan. Is father here?
He's not currently. He's dealing with some business with the shop. He's out of town. Should be back in a day or two, though.
All right. Well, I don't know if we have a day or two, but we'll see. All right. Yeah. Well, until dinner then.
Until then. And he kind of gives a friendly bow to everybody and finds his way out of the room. You guys are once again left alone.
Your accent is so interesting.
Well, I mean, it's a giveaway from where I'm from, and when you're trying to travel places that are a little, discreet, you don't want to give yourself away right away.
Oh, are you seeing anyone?
I'm not really home to see anyone all the time.
I'll keep that in mind. And I'm going to just go back and admire the art again that I've never seen before.
I walk up to Rheya, or if she's standing around, be like, money? Legal, a little bit of both.
money comes and money goes, and all we do we're the caretakers of it. That's it.
So,
But
old money or new money?
No. My father was a soldier for many years until he got out of the wars and came out here and made himself up from nothing. So, yes.
Done quite
In
well.
fact, while we're here, we really should go to the shop. I did say a little bit about it, but you can get just about anything there. Magical and, antiquities, all sorts of things.
Not that all of us have money. I chime in.
Well, maybe don't die.
Right.
She's back.
Wow.
I'm sure there'd be a little bit of a family discount.
The door smacks open. All right, I got the booze. She comes
Thank you, Magdalena.
She got sort of a tray with a few mugs and a couple sealed, very large, essentially like a stein, except it has a lid on it that you press on. Here you are. She sets them down on the table. Now don't go too heavy on her drinking here. Like at Rheya mainly and Valken, because she's just not.
You're not my mother.
No, she's not. Magdalena, we don't need you anymore. Thank you.
Did she just tell me? No.
You'll have to learn to ignore her.
You hear walking down the hall. That with that fast pace, she's just got this. Even her footfalls are annoying.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I guess we should all be dressed for dinner, and then we can go down.
Dinner's now?
Well, it'll be soon. I mean, do you want to walk around and explore a little bit before we eat?
I have to look nice.
Yes. I mean, don't look like a pauper.
I need to lay down.
All right. You can lie down. You can use my bed.
I want to be there for dinner. Okay?
We'll wake you for dinner.
Thanks. Okay. Good night.
Yeah. That's amazing ability. Yeah. Good.
I'm taking a power nap.
Nice. Awesome.
I put on my fancy clothes.
Oh, okay.
Then I have.
Right, I forgot you swiped those. Nice.
Yes.
Yep, they fit just well. Anything in mind, Valken? If anyone has anything in mind for what they want to be wearing, go for it. Otherwise, we'll just.
Guess it'd probably be like. Probably. Like a nicer shirt, probably like black or something, and then like a purple vest.
Okay.
And then just, I guess, fancier pant, like I guess it'd probably be like 3/4 pants or something.
Right, because
I have like bird legs for the.
Yeah. Caprice, that's awesome. Yeah. All right. So thankfully you're able to get, some rest, get your power nap in before dinner. Okay. You're probably all able to get clothes. I imagine if you don't have any fine clothes that you can probably be lent some here in the compound.
I just raided her closet.
Nice.
That's fine.
Awesome.
I go disguise self again when we leave the room.
You return to I think it was like early 20s or something like that same woman?
Yeah.
All right, so you shift back into that. I think you had blonde hair. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it's somebody like trying to be pretty much the exact opposite of Eric.
Perfect. All right.
Just like not ugly, but not like stand out beautiful, just plain, kind of is able to dive in. And I whispered to Demalagus as we walk by, if we're heading out, being like, I'm still not okay that we gave up the stone, the pearl, and we're gonna have to have a talk about this. As we head down to dinner.
I'm not particularly thrilled about it either. Yes, I'd love to talk about this. Oh, and by the way, I have a set of fine clothes, so I'll be wearing those. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Yes.
Cool. All right, so you guys, you all arrive at dinner time. I'm dressed. And again, if anyone has anything in specifically they like to wear, then please let me know. Otherwise, we'll just we're all dressed fancy. It's up to you guys.
Something I'm wearing something black and fancy. That's all I know.
Lots of gold.
Nice.
Gold dress.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, so Thaxel...
Steph, draw us all in fancy clothes, Steph. Hurry.
Yay. Yeah, that's right. Steph, that's all the drag. And...
Does the Sky Self do clothes too, or is it just...
I'm pretty sure it
I think so, yeah.
It does everything?
Yes, it does. You can make your outfit be whatever you want it to be as well.
So, like, while I'm watching Thaxel, like, raid Rheya's closet, like, if there's something that I like, I just, like, keep looking down. I'll see something, like, try it on, like, look it up and, like, try it on. I'm making it.
That's amazing.
Getting ideas from Rheya's closet that Thaxel puts it on. So I'm just like...
We lost both of them.
Not cool, Discord.
Double rip.
Okay, that's good.
Region thing has to shut off. That's so annoying. I'll figure that out later.
Wait, Dan, so how far away is this town from Crestwood? Like...
It's probably, with your nightmares, it was about half a week. It's probably like four days of travel from where you were.
Okay. So it's not like neighboring towns, kind of.
It's one of the next big cities, but no, by no means super close.
Okay. Do we know if Rheya had a store in Crestwood? Does Rheya have a store?
I don't know. Does Rheya have any?
Her family?
Any offshoots?
I don't know. I mean, there'd be connections there, but I don't know if there'd be a store there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crestwood's like not super wealthy, not super poor, but like a lot of living off the land there, self-sufficiency. Not as much in the way of money required to purchase anything from Rheya's store, probably. Well, I guess we'll see. Okay. So y'all head out down. Of course, Magdalene meets you halfway. She was coming to get you all. Oh, I see you're ready. All right. I was worried I was gonna have to come down and get y'all, but good, good for you.
Have I ever been late for dinner?
Well, no, but you never know. Well, all right. My apologies. Let's sit on down, enjoy ourselves a dinner. He turns and does a quick walk ahead of everybody back to the backtracking down to the dining room. Which is, you all step in. Now, you can certainly jump in, Ray, if there's a different description or anything like that you want to do. If you have something in mind, go for it. But otherwise, this is like the family. There are other dining rooms, but this is the family dining room, which has... It's an excellent balance of items, objects of refinement, but still space. It's to move around. It's not that cluttered type of room full of antiquities. There's room to breathe. It's very well put together. An interior decorator definitely did their business in here. There's a grand fireplace on one side of the room. The massive room is probably a good, let's see, what would the size of this be? Maybe like 30 feet long by probably 20 feet wide. with a huge table right in the center, just below this incredible crystal chandelier that has about 5 different tiers down. Gold, the crystals are hung from gold rings, and this really beautiful, intricate shape that almost looks like a cascading waterfall of leaves. Is the shape that's been assembled with the crystals. There's a very large, ornate chair at the head of this table, and then the rest of the chairs are still beautiful, but a little bit different than that head chair. But the rest of them all match. Above the fireplace, off to the side, is a huge painting with, again, gold trim around the border, and it's like an oil painting of the family, as is the main members of the family. The Rheya in there. This is probably done. Let's see, maybe recently. Rheya probably, and again, this is entirely up to you. I'm just sort of
sounds perfect. It's perfect.
The painting's probably redone like every few years to keep it current, and the old ones are put in other places in the house. So it's probably like 2 years old or so. So Rheya looks essentially like Rheya, just a little younger. You see Tassos. Wait, let me make sure I'm.
Yep.
Okay. Tassos, who's just entering the room now from a door in the back corner. All right, where's my... you see another half-elf, a fair bit older, that's in the main focus of this image. You see, oddly, there's this ornate chair that looks like a comfortable sitting chair where someone might sit to do needlework or reading or something like that. And there's just these 2 white roses painted in the seat. The seat's empty except for these 2 white roses laid down across it. And then sort of officially like standing off in the background, so they're sort of in the painting but not in this cuddly section in the front. You see a female dwarf, and let's see.
Yeah, in the family portrait. In the family portrait, are they all half elves?
Yes.
And is it like just a mom and dad and her and her brother?
You see the half elf male that has some of her features in her brothers, possibly your dad. See the brother, see the chair with the 2 white roses, and then you see that's it in the family portion in the front. In the back, you just see the female dwarf and a human male. One on either side in the back there. And correct me if I'm wrong on any of that too, of course, Rheya.
Nope, you got it.
Neat. Some pedestals with vases and plenty of windows in this room, a lot of light in here, and beautiful china, basically. Silverware, upon silverware at each place, setting crystal glasses to drink from. And yet, as Tassos comes out, he's actually carrying some of the food out, and he's got a bunch of the kitchen staff coming with him. And he just brings with him this family environment. And he's like, come on, y'all, sit down, pull up a seat, make yourselves at home. We got plenty of food here, plenty of grub to dig into. Anything in particular I can start you with? And he pulls out the chairs for everyone as they come to sit down along one side of the table. There's other staff that are pulling it out for others.
No, whatever you made is fine, darling.
All right. Now make sure you eat your fill. I don't want there to be any leftovers when we're done. Fill up.
I don't think that'll be a problem with this crew.
Oh, good. And he pulls up a seat across from you, Rheya, near that head seat. Your seat, of course, is up there next to.
Harry looks up at the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Harry looks up at the picture, back down her food, like, Dead parents suck, huh?
Oh.
Just like
Yes,
not like.
but we typically don't talk about it at the dinner table.
Tassos is just sort of. Ares the only one that sort of put him off a little bit, like with the scars and other stuff.
I just have this very wide-eyed look. Like, what?
I mean, it sucks.
It does suck.
Yes.
If you must say it like that.
I just kind of move over, and if there's, I'm assuming there was an empty chair next to brother.
You could have hustled to it for sure. Yeah.
Okay, scrambled. Yeah. Like, don't mind her.
Falcon out of the way. Oh.
Hi.
Hello. Hope you find dinner to your liking.
Oh, it looks delicious. Very delicious.
Good. Make sure y'all save room for dessert.
Ooh, dessert?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Gotta follow dinner up with something sweet.
Okay.
And that's where we'll take the bio break. Awesome.
I'm trying so hard.
I know my cheeks hurt.
Awesome.
What even is this?
We shifted gears from the first section to this.
Welcome home, y'all.
Y'all.
Sweet.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
Deena's gonna love this place.
Yeah. I knew
Hands
she
off
would.
the brother. Brother's mine.
Share?
Yeah, but I go first. I call dibs first.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, thank you. Because I really don't need him after the first. I'm done after that.
Nice.
Jeez.
I like that you
Wow.
acknowledge a dib system that Deena is actually respect the dibs.
Well, I mean, maybe next time, she can go first. I don't know.
Awesome. Oh, that's a
Oh, God.
For those who don't know, we take an 8 to 10 minute bio break, and when we get back, we'll join the crew at dinner here in Rheya's homestead.
This is
Awesome.
gonna be an interesting dinner.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I'm so excited. So
I mean,
excited.
who doesn't want to talk about dead parents?
Nice.
I know, right?
We can relate. We can bond over this.
See? Yeah.
Nice.
Everything isn't so sparkly.
Awesome.
Oh.
All right, I'll catch you all in a few minutes. I'm gonna
Everybody
get some coffee.
In D&D, yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, my foot. My foot. Camera. Alright, let's fix this camera. Alright, let's. Yeah, thanks, Kev. I'm gonna do the old swappy do now. Yeah, I sat down. It's like, it's all out of whack. Oh.
Are there any major towns between where Deena was and where she's headed? Or at least decent-sized cities?
The only decent-sized town would be, come on, Dan. Starts with a C. The one you're right around there. Let me just go back to my notes here.
I don't even know. Remember where she, what direction?
Crestwood.
Crestwood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's with the nightmare and the mountain is probably only. It's tricky going up there. I think it took you like it's probably like a day and a half or so to get to Crestwood.
And how far off of off her route to get to the other town would it take her? Not very far? Or?
Not very far off because you essentially almost have to go through Crestwood as you leave that forest nook in the middle of the mountains there.
Okay, excellent. She's going to head to Crestwood before she goes to meet up with the rest of the party. She needs to make some money.
Okay.
Oh, so it's okay. It's okay for Deena to make money, but it's not okay for the bird guy to make.
Nobody's stopping you from making money.
Well, you kind of.
Hmm?
The Deena takeaway is. I don't remember.
She shamed me before when I wanted to make money.
Well, we didn't really have time to stop and take the time. You can make money now.
Make that dough. Right, I should probably be ready. Like,
are you getting ready the dinner living room map? You all have to roll for initiative.
Conversation initiative.
Food fight. You all can use real dice, and none of you are using anything where you have to use dice.
The table is a mimic. No.
Well, I wasn't sure if I was going to have to make a con save or not with drinking that potion.
I thought about it, but I figured there was so much. You know, I
role playing story that it would ruin the moment.
Well, I feel like cleric, you probably already had to give up a bit of freedom. Like, I don't like taking away the option to roll and thing. Sometimes with story, it's a little bit like, you know, when it's not going to actually. I always want you to have a choice when it's going to affect your character, of course, you know. But when there's story, you know, I sometimes lean into that, and I didn't want to, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to put all that extra on you by like now roll. I thought about like a wisdom save like in the cave and then a con save with the boiling potion, but you had played the character so just tough as nails that I was like, yeah.
You roll a 1 and Deena's throat melts and she dies.
Yeah,
I figure if anybody can handle a boiling liquid, it's a tiefling.
Right?
Or a fire genasi.
A fire genasi tiefling with red dragon. Yeah.
Doggo.
Awesome.
She might have an interesting rasp to her voice for a while, but
it's awesome.
So this one got in trouble earlier, bolted out the front door and didn't want to come in for a little bit. So we had a little side adventure, almost ran into the street.
Oh no, puppy, don't do it. Don't do it, puppy.
He's giving me the look. And I was like,
don't be mad at me.
But Mama, you love me.
I was like, come on. And he finally was like, okay. And I'm like, I swear.
Charlie did the same thing earlier. She decided to go greet the lady that was delivering packages to the neighbor. And the lady pulled up, parks, and then Charlie goes running down and literally sticks her head through the woman's open window. Like, hi. And the lady's like, oh my God, is that a pony?
Is that a pony? Yes. Say yes. Say yes. No, I'm so mad at you. And we don't put the collars on while they're in the house because they stay in a kennel while I'm out, and you don't mix collars and kennels. Like I learned that the hard way. So you know,
okay.
Yeah, same way.
Well, almost the hard way because I came home and Rivers apparently had choked it. Hers got stuck, but it was enough that she got out. So never again. No.
Yeah, we just don't do it as a matter of course. I mean, they're in the house or they're in the
Yeah,
backyard, and
yeah,
it's
exactly.
like, why?
Exactly. Yeah, I was like, they don't need it until you run out the door.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, we have the microchips, but still, I'm like, really?
Right, yeah.
Fredo?
Fresh air, all the squirrels.
Squirrel. Supposed to be in bed.
Oh, Steve. All right, what do we got? Just so the names here in the Malgus. All right, so you know what? I'll get us started back up, and I will start with Deena in Crestwood. Flip back over to her. Let me put this in Twitter face here. Is the images time so it doesn't come up. Twitter grabs like the most ancient of meta information, so it'll grab the title from the last broadcast. So I'm like, hey, here's Lament. It's like Stormfall episode, whatever. No.
Oh yeah.
But if I put the
Yeah,
picture,
I've noticed that about Twitter.
Yeah, I think that I can, if I shorten it. There's some other way. I've got to look into. I had it before where you post a different link, you route it through something else, and blah blah blah. But in the meantime, I'll put up the picture from the first episode. That's all your characters on it, and cover that up. Close that. Hop back to this. All right, so Deena, yes, you return and excuse me. Find your way via Nightmare Steed. Oh yeah. What's the name of your nightmare again? It was
Iba for short.
Yes.
It's called her Iba. IBA. Iba.
Awesome. So you where are we? I just want to see this because I love the. There it is. That's right. The horse has all those scales just like yours.
Yep.
It imbued that along the fiery mane there. Okay. You call that and ride that back to the outskirts of Crestwood. About a day and a half or so. Instead of trekking all through the mountains again, you can go down this mountain that you're on, through the forest and down along the lake down to Crestwood. And you arrive, day and a half later or so. Less than 2 days.
All right. So she's going to look for a tavern.
Okay. You find one relatively easily. The Lamb's Tail.
Okay. She's got her hair arranged up to hide the horns.
Okay.
To hide the stumps, or like a scarf or something. Is kind of. She's done something elaborate so that they're not stumps.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and then she's going to do her usual routine to make money.
So I'll let you just to see if and how much. If you want to roll either a performance check or deception.
A performance.
Yeah.
Let's see. What did it do? You said performance or
deception.
Let's go with deception.
Okay.
You're muted.
She's looking for a mark.
Okay.
So that's a 24.
Nice.
Whoa.
All right, so you find your way into the Lamb's Tail, and sit down at the bar, in the corner, just sort of keeping your eyes peeled. It's not too hard in sort of a provincial type town like this to find. Of course, all I can think of is Beauty and the Beast whenever I use that word. I'm not singing the song in my head. You're singing the song in your head. It doesn't take too long to find someone with some money that's passing through. And with that deception check, you very easily convince them that are all about them. If you have a particular story or thing you want to run through, you're welcome to. Otherwise, I can just generalize it.
She gets them to buy in her drinks. She gets them to, wanting to buy her things.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll pull out the bone dice. And they'll do a little gambling.
Nice.
And she loses just enough to keep him interested. And
awesome.
wins a lot more.
Awesome. Strip dice and with
more
money. Awesome. So you go through that with that deception check. I'll say if you wanted to, you could even like feed him some line about like, oh, I had these big dreams, big hopes. I was going to go to this other thing. I just can't afford the passage there. And
she was robbed on the road.
Yes. and this person eats it up.
She's been walking, and of course, she had dismissed the nightmare and walked into town.
Mm-hmm.
So her clothes are dusty, and she's obviously looking like she's tried to keep up her appearance, but she's dusty and road weary, and
Perfect. So I'm gonna say, let's see. That's you can't really get any higher on that. So I'm going to. What do we want to do? I need my other die for this. I'm gonna roll in gold because you got that high. Wow. All right, so 9 gold pieces off this poor sucker, which is like a considerable amount for, a traveler through town.
All right. But yeah, he's paid for her drinks and everything like that, food, paid for a room.
Nice.
It's appearance. Must keep up appearances, separate rooms. And she made sure that he was somebody who was leaving in the morning.
Yep.
And she starts again.
Okay, nice. Yeah, he was headed towards the Zangard, the port city, in the opposite direction of Ikram. So I'll say probably drop maybe like a gold on the room and the other stuff. So, but 8 gold is what you get from this person for. Oh, here, which is like $800 basically. He worked over a lot. Like, make sure you have passage to where you need to go. Yep. Let's see. I'm gonna make a roll for the next night and see if anyone's there and how much they might have. Okay. How many nights do you want to do this for? Does it depend?
It depends on if she gets across somebody wealthy enough that she can literally end up with a couple of $100 gold. Or at least 100.
Okay.
She's looking for somebody that she can steal their purse and.
Gotcha. It's fairly brutal. Well, up to the next 5 nights, there's only one person that actually has any money that looks like a mark. If you want to, they don't look super wealthy, but
she'll move to another tavern.
Okay. Roll a few more from this other tavern and see.
If nothing else, she'll offer her services as entertainment using her penny whistle.
Okay.
And dancing.
Gotcha. Out of character, just DM wise, I'd say that you're probably in this area. You're probably not going to find anyone. The rolls so far have shown not, but 100 gold for most folks is a considerable amount that they just wouldn't have around here. But you might be able to get, that person was kind of wealthy as far as travelers go in this area.
Yeah, you probably should have taken his pouch, but
he gave you most of what he had. Yeah, like the wealthy. Well, you guys, it may be my fault because I know I've set it up as you guys are getting quite a bit of gold, but it's actually like just a lot of gold you guys are earning, and most people don't have quite that much.
Yep.
Except maybe Ikram. They probably
We're in the
do.
wrong town.
Yeah, this is sort of like a mountain forest town that's again like farmers and other
Yeah. So each
farmers.
night that
Or
she hasn't been able to find somebody,
Mhm.
she'll have offered to play.
Okay.
And taken any any tips and whatever.
All right. Go ahead and make a performance check for playing, if you would. And I'm just going to quickly take a peek at.
All right. That's a 19.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Let's see. Practicing a profession. Okay. Make ready. Yada yada yada. You can work. Okay. In a modest myself. Just gonna check. What was it? Yeah, I thought that updated. Updated downtime things. Yep. All right. Activities, missions. All right. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, wow. Oh, there's a lot of options here. Your oh, here we go. Wages. Not going to give me a price, huh? That's 5. That would be so probably be upwards of you know what? Go ahead and roll a d10, and that's how many gold you'll earn between that and tips. 10 gold is what you can earn up to, and like
Okay.
and that type of thing in here.
I rolled a 2.
So 2. There just weren't a lot of people that appreciate it. You did a what was your performance again?
She's playing the penny whistle and dancing.
Okay. Yeah, it was a good act, good performance, but not
Not what
not a
they're
lot
used
of.
to around here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, unfortunately. I would say that if you want to roll just a just for the the story's sake, there's definitely going to be somebody traveling over those 5 days. You can probably get someone to give you a ride at least to Ikram. Although you have your own means of travel if you wanted.
The
Company.
next one she comes across that looks promising, she's just going to end up straight up, doing the whole regular routine, and then once they're soft, she's just going to take the purse.
Ooh, okay. All right, now that might yield you a little more money. Let me do a roll here and see how much they've got. Okay. Make I guess just a, I mean, you're pretty good at this, so sleight of hand with advantage.
All right.
As you go to leave in the morning. And,
That's a 13.
Okay, it hits the mark. There is 20 gold to be found in the purse before you head out.
Excellent. And she will disappear in the night. When
Okay.
she's got that, she's
Out.
out.
oh,
She
Okay.
gets to Eba. She calls Eba, and she ghosts. She's on her way to Ikram.
Beautiful. You climb up on top of Eva, and away you two go. Make an animal handling check if you would, just because you're spending this extra time. And,
Okay. Yeah.
to see if you bond any further.
That's a 2.
Okay. Business
Probably
as
not.
usual for
A little
Eva.
frumpy.
Yeah. uh, so you climb aboard and away you go. You head to Ikram, as you have a general, idea of where that is, along almost on the coast, western coast. It's going to take you, I think, just over half a week from here, about a half a week from here, a little less, I guess, maybe probably 3 full days to go down and around from here. So,
Okay.
all right.
So she's been gone. She'll have been gone just over a week from that. Well,
just under, I think. It's essentially 2 days
Yeah.
plus she spent. Well, no, you did go up there too. Yeah. So just about a week, just over.
okay.
All right. So we will transition back to our dinner scene.
1 week ago.
Delicious, nice. Delicious food, and family here. As oops, back to get my notes.
It's just Tassos and Magdalena with us.
Okay, right. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so far, because he just came in the room and you all sat down. So there may be more. Find notes. Here it is. Yeah, so far, just the 2 of them. But there, you do see places set for at least another couple chairs with no one there yet.
Okay.
All right. But that's just sometimes the way they do it, just in case someone should.
Yeah.
All right, so where are we? Tassos. Yep, Tassos is here. And oh man, you know what? I feel like I wrote down. I will have to message you that and ask. I don't think he'd use it. None of others. Okay. So Tassos looks over to Rheya across the table. Or no, eat in a refined way. He's still, a bit of a sloppy eater, but, in a refined way. So tell me, Ray, won't you? How did it go? Must have been, what was the Underdark like? I haven't been there myself yet.
Oh, well, actually I found this really charming establishment.
So?
I found Callie in it, so that explains everything.
I see.
But they made a fantastic drink. I'll have to make it for you next time I'm home. Maybe tonight. But it was fine until, I don't know, all hell broke loose, and I don't know, we were being chased by some awful things. So, it hasn't been easy since we gotten out. But
glad you took care of whatever was chasing you there. Seemed to make your way home all right.
Well, yes. I mean, I brought a few things for the shop, and asked a few questions, but we don't have to talk about business at dinner. We can take care of that later.
All right. Well, I can't say much has changed up here on the surface. Chuckles a little bit. Father's out dealing with a bit of a complication with a sale. Should have that resolved mighty soon.
All right.
Are we? Rona is out manning the shop tonight, and Valentine is well, he's looking for a little bit of information. Is your brother privy to what else you were looking for?
Yeah, I think he would be.
Valentine is also looking into the family matter at hand.
Yes. Well, he'll get to be home soon because I think I have everything we need.
Good to hear.
Yes.
And how are you all enjoying dinner? And he kind of looks over, gives a nod to Thaxel. He just scooched extra close, yeah.
Oh, it's mighty fine.
Oh, good, good.
Axel, I hope you're not teasing us.
Oh, why would I do that?
You're not gonna mention the whole like dying and the blah.
There was
Of
dying
course
now?
I am. Just I
Sorry, we lost
I
someone.
fell. Unfortunately, I mean it
She
is in the
died.
dark.
He died. I almost went down. He died.
Oh, this conversation just got interesting.
Yo, dad?
He
Yeah,
did.
looks...
Shit.
Well, he died.
You died. You died.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Rheya, are you all right?
I think that's it.
I'm fine.
Down,
Well,
down.
I'm here, aren't I?
Yeah, I reckon that's a good point. Well, I'm glad you have some folks, half of which seem to be able to take care of you. I'm sorry for the others that fell. Glad to see you're all right too. But well, all the more reason to fill up, I suppose, and rest, recover a bit.
Yes, they've never been to Ikram before, so I thought it'd be a little bit of a fun jaunt before we had to go back down south.
Hey, Rheya, can you pass me those rolls over there, please? He kind of leans forward across the table to get a plate of rolls that's in front of you.
Okay, I will pass him the rolls.
He just kind of takes and looks, off to the side from everyone else. Like, I hope you'll tell me more about this later.
Of course, when it's not such a large group.
Perspective. Thank you, Rheya.
Hmm.
Thaxel, right?
Uh-huh.
Would you kindly pass me that butter over there? And would you like another drink?
Yes.
Well, let me pour one
Please.
for you. And he takes stein here and fills here. Gook. Here you are.
I think he's sweet on me.
Axel, you're going native.
This is how I've always talked. What are you talking about? They haven't known me for very long.
Nothing wrong with appreciating the local flavor.
I mean, baby, I've been around these parts. You don't know. Maybe I grew up around here. You don't know. You don't know my life. You don't know my story. But I kind of just lean in just a little bit to only. Okay, what's his name again? I'm sorry.
Tassos.
It's Tassos.
Tassos. I want to call him Thanos. I don't know why.
Yeah. Okay.
So Thanos over here.
That's fine.
Tassos. I lean over and I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
Do you know how to read ledgers?
Well, in fact, I do. Yeah.
Do you think we could have a conversation later? I promise I'll be on my best behavior.
You don't have to make any sense. I'd be happy to.
I'm blushing underneath all my skin.
That's awesome. I'd be happy to help you out.
Oh, thank you. Rheya said that you may be able to help me with something.
Absolutely. That's my forte.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Well, maybe when we're done here.
Sounds good. You let me know when. Be there.
Okay.
Kind of leans extra close as he grabs another food item off the table and then kind of like cheek, almost cheek. Pardon me. Sorry, Rheya, that if I'm hijacking your brother, stop me.
No. I'm just trying not to laugh.
Is it getting hot here?
While this happening, Valka's just really awkwardly eating his food because
Does he peck at it? Like
He
how
doesn't.
does...
No.
The silverware clanks on your beat, like clank, 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 clank.
Oh yeah, that too.
Nice.
I assume like Aries probably sitting next to either Valken or Demalagus, and but Valken's the what you got pulled up out of the black thing, so you saw. It's like, so just never gonna ask about it, or at least does it explain the whole like you'd fucking fight with it too if that was in your head?
I didn't know that it came from you.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't really sure what was happening. I was kind of a little bit more concerned about the giant skeleton that was trying to go and grab me.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out why I saved you too. Not the skeleton, obviously that was trying to kill you, killed you, whatever. It happens a lot. I mean the saving of the grabbing. Still not sure.
Maybe I'm just special. Like I really know nothing of my heritage, so I can be from.
I mean, you're like useful when you're alive. So far, sometimes.
Has anyone ever told you you're a bit rude?
Yes.
They were right.
Yeah. Charismatic doesn't usually mean charming or nice. But I know I've been a bit more not too happy about being in Crestwood and would prefer never to go back there again. Ever. So that added, and we will all have a discussion about losing the you-know-what. But again, not for dinner table, I guess.
Makes.
Yes, I've been a little bit more me than normal. It's not you guys. The city. So glad you're not dead. Again.
Magdalena pulls out a chair like across from you two on the other side of the table and sits down like, oh well, that just took forever. I'm so hungry and I'm parched. Oh my word. Oh, it's the two of you. Well,
I turn my face upside down.
Nice. Oh yeah. Well, I was hungry, but maybe I'll just start with a drink. And she pours herself some booze. And dinner goes on as such. No one ends up arriving. Rheya, no one else shows up at dinner anyway.
Okay.
And dinner wraps up. So Tassos says, well, I suppose that it's time to wrap up the day, or maybe find some other evening leisurely activity to take care of, if y'all have anything in mind.
Oh, I have plenty in mind.
Well then, I hereby call this meeting at the dinner table concluded.
Just don't sneak off in the morning to the shop. I need to speak with you first thing.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to hearing a little more about your adventures.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, on to mine. And he holds his elbow out for Thaxel, so to walk hand in hand.
Oh, I've never been courted before.
Oh. Yeah, off they go to his room and section, and the rest of you, Magdalena is like, naggy, of course, at the end of the day, just because that's her, in her character. I am famished. I can't believe I ate all that. And I think it's time for bed for everyone. She seems to disagree a little bit with she doesn't say anything because she's frightened of Thaxel thoroughly. But, and I hope you make sure you get plenty of rest, you two. And if you need a room of your own, just you let me know, to Thaxel.
They're not going to go rest.
Well,
I took a power nap. Please.
Yes. Well, I must get off to bed then. And is there anything else that you require of me, milady?
No, we're fine, thank you.
Understood. Have a good night, y'all, and I'll see you soon. She gets up and does her fast walk out of the room, shuts the door a little heavily behind her, and here falls down the hall.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go to the library, have a little after dinner drink before I go to bed. Y'all can have your own rooms if you want. I mean, there's plenty of room in mine if you want to stay there, but everyone can have their own. I'm sure Deena's gonna come right away, so we'll only be here for a day or two. So.
That's awesome.
We had a full month to get the thing back to the guy, right? Or 2 months?
We had like 7 weeks.
Yeah, you've nagled 7 weeks out of them.
I don't know how many weeks it's been.
Aries keeping track to make sure that we.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, we did the math before we came, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and you had like weeks left because you had the nightmares, which you weren't expecting. So it was a little less than, I think, it was about a week to get all the way up there. Half a week. So I mean, roughly 2 weeks. It'll be a little like 2.5 weeks by the time Deena gets back. Out of 7 weeks. So. All right. So, do any of y'all have anything you want to do tonight? Aside, I know Thaxel has the ledgers.
Yes. Ledgers,
yeah.
We can either talk to I don't know if Aerie. Well, yeah, feeling that she'd the Malagus about losing the pearl, but you can go with Thaxel. I'm trying to think about how pissed she's going to be.
Nice. And Thax, and Tasha, I love, the banner stuff. I just don't want, if at any point it's like, oh no, as a player, you're like, stop. Let me know, because I like, involving the characters, but I never want to approach any point where you're like, oh, Dan, stop.
No, this is fine.
Okay, all right, good. I just, that is there for you to say.
I've got a plan.
Nice. Is this guy just sort of, I'm not wrapped around your finger, but he's definitely just sort of caught up in what you're saying. So, this is the impression you've got so far. Not that he's a sucker by any means. It's just you seem to have.
He's a sucker for me.
Appeal.
That's
yeah,
all.
Exactly.
Make sure everyone's in bed. The kids are asleep.
All right. So, do you probably have the ledger on your person or in your bag? I don't know if you're walking around the house without your bag, but we'll say you get the ledger and head to his room, which is similar in structure to Rheya's, but of course the look and feel is very different. There's some similarities. A 4-poster bed with the nice curtains that drape down along the edges. A couple of desks and a work area. He seems to really have he seems to be good with the books, and he has a couple of those roll up, the desks that roll opening shut, and I don't know what else he'd really have. Some bright, clean colors in there. Some nice artwork on the walls, and I should have spent a little more time like thinking of what else he would. I feel like he would have some fun, like geeky, whatever is geeky within the D&D universe. I don't know, but I feel like he would have some really geeky interest that would be present there. I just don't know. Do you have any thoughts, Rheya, on anything he might have that's sort of like that he geeks out about in the?
He probably really loves maps, but not in like a professional way, just like in a really nerdy way.
Okay. Oh, I love it. So he's got these maps framed, and placed around like one wall, some rare maps, and placed around his room. Yeah, he's got different, just beautifully drawn, are heavy in the artistic side. Maps, some of uncharted areas that are supposedly, he kind of shows you around the room, and he talks excitedly in this map here. Now, this technically, there's no real maps of this location, but this is said to have been made by an adventurer some 100 years ago of this area, and it's just so difficult to get to, hasn't been proven, but I've got the only copy, and he's just really excited about that stuff.
Can I guess, has showing me, I'm kind of glancing around at the other maps to see if he has something around Crestwood, just automatically trying to find that.
Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like, you know what? Make an investigation check, if you would, as you're looking.
Okay.
Because this wouldn't stand out as a Crestwood map. Nice, Randy. I cast.
You said, I'm sorry, investigation?
Yes, please.
Okay. 14.
Okay. So you see a map that you don't initially recognize as Crestwood because it's so heavily leaning into the artistic side of things. But after a minute of looking and just having been in that area, you do recognize it as a very fanciful version of the Crestwood area, because it shows some of the history of that area. Has again that basically a demon lord that's imprisoned in the volcano up there, Mount Cormanda, and that sort of takes the focus of that area. As it's this huge volcano drawn with this creature in it, and it has the lake and the layout of Crestwood, but it's more like for art than for finding your way around. But you can tell it's Crestwood.
Okay. I'm just focused on that as he's trying to geek out.
Let me see if he's so sucked in that he doesn't notice, or if he does. Oh, okay. So he pauses. Seems to be attentive to you, and he. Yeah. You found that one interesting?
It doesn't matter. So how decent? Like, are you really good at reading ledgers, or did you just want me in here?
No, I'm wait, or what? I completely wait. I don't want to miss an opportunity to. That was me, not him. Yeah. Sorry.
I had to swallow my water.
You broke him.
Yes, it's my goal. It's awesome. My goal in life. Now, how decent are you with reading these ledgers, or did you just want me to follow you into your bedroom?
I like to think I'm pretty good at both things that involve having you here in the bedroom, but I figure if I can't treat your he's a little flustered even for himself. If I can't take care of your ledger, I reckon I can take care of any other needs you may have.
Oh, you're adorable. Oh. I just pat him on the head because it's just my thing now.
Nice. It seems to be becoming his thing too.
So I take out, or I kind of like fumble in my little pouch where I've been keeping the ledgers, and I hand it over to him, and it's like, can you? I really need help with this. Can you tell me what you know or what you can make out of all of this nonsense?
Certainly. Yeah, let's take a look. And he goes around to a large table that's in the center. There's a couple of chairs on either side that look fairly comfortable. He draws one out for you, and if you end up sitting down, you'll push it in for you. And then he pulls one out just across the table for him. And he's got a couple of...
Well, you said... I'm sorry, you said he's across the table for me?
Yeah, it's a small table, like side to side, so that, the chairs almost meet in the middle.
Oh, I kind of want to move my chair closer to him.
Oh, okay. You pull it around the corner, so you're like corner to corner now.
Yeah.
Neat. All right. So he's got he starts looking over just in general over the ledger, and has like a every so often one of those. Right. Flips the pages through. He takes out a magnifying glass, and he's kind of looking through some of the scribbled notes along the edge of the on some of the pages, and he does other things while I pull up my notes. All right, where were we? Well, whatever. No. I'll have to do this from memory. My apologies.
You're good.
Oh, you know what? I think I know where I put it. That's right. He flips, back and at one point he goes through the entire ledger and then starts going back and forth through different pages, like he's comparing notes from an earlier page to a later page, and then flips a couple pages ahead and does the same. He takes a quill, some ink, and a paper off to the side. Well, there is something interesting here. There's not necessarily a code, but a correlation. I think there may be something hidden in this ledger. And take me a minute or two. Kind of looks up at you and pauses, recognizes he's trying to multitask, and stops. I reckon I can figure out what this correlation is here. Take me a little bit of time, another 10-15 minutes or so here. I think I'm nearing the end. But
Okay.
Can I get you a drink or anything while you have to wait?
Oh yeah, you can get me a drink.
All right. He stands up and walks over to the corner of this main, like the living space of his bedroom, and opens up a smaller desk that has like that rolling shutter door on it. And inside is like one of those old like 1960s booze carts. It has he draws out the tray, and it has a bunch of the short crystal glasses. And oh gosh, I don't know what he'd have for ice. We'll say some magical means for ice. Some magical ice dispenser. It casts a freeze water spell. And chips, some of that ice in the glass, and pours you. What's your poison? We've got some whiskey here, some gin, some more exotic alcohols, some dragon's breath.
I'll stick with the whiskey.
All right.
And maybe a little dragon's breath.
Adventurous, I like it. Takes that and has that. It looks like light flame as it pours out, and then you can see as it hits the rest of the drink in the cup, it becomes liquid. He caps that off and pours the same for himself, and brings one, offers you yours as he goes to sit down. Here you are, my lady.
Oh, thank you.
And cheers to all our work here tonight.
Oh, yes.
So he goes back to work and continues writing in his ledger. Let's see. Let's look this up. All right, and this was Pippenstock that had poor Pippenstock. His house is torched. I love it.
Reginald Pippenstock.
All right. Will places the quill down, brings the sheet over. It doesn't. The sheet that he just wrote out doesn't seem to make too much sense. It's a lot of numbers and some phrases that seem to correlate to the numbers and dates. So what I'm saying here is that whoever had this ledger, they were coordinating something. They have certain dates and locales here to move people, move equipment, and coordinate some sort of I don't know if it's supposed to be an attack or if it's supposed to be what it might be. They're trying to coordinate something amongst from great distances. What I'm seeing here, and he stands up and looks around at some of the maps on the wall, and he takes one down, a frame down, puts it on the table next to the ledger. And it's a map very similar to the one that was in the safe that had a number of different locations that I believe you recognized, right? As
yeah. Yeah, I think I wrote it down. Let's see. There was 3 to 4 marks, one of which I knew exactly where it was.
Okay. I'm not sure what's in these locations, but it looks like they were intending to maybe collect some, either conquer or collect some resources from here in a coordinated way, so that my best guess would be so they couldn't, whoever's at these locations couldn't talk to one another and give any warnings out. I don't think it was for anything good.
No, it wasn't.
There's one more location that's referenced quite a bit though, and he goes hangs this. I know actually it would be on this because this is almost. It's essentially a map of the continent.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just Bossarel, right. Thought I had the map off it and I didn't. Womp womp. All right. Now the location that you recognized was actually one. Let's see. Yours was where? Near Crestwood. There's one over here. And he points down at the southern part of the map. Now this, as you may know, the southern part of our continent is iced over, as it's essentially near the southern part of the planet. The Dragon Maw, which is like the entire peninsula of the continent, there's a heavy blanket of forest that cuts clean across the continent that then leads into this snowy area with mountains along the very bottom of the coast. In fact, I should probably share out the for viewers and you guys, because I have it on my computer, so I keep forgetting that you guys probably don't have that on. Yep. All right. Did that pop up? Yeah, there it is. Oh, there we Oh. All right, so Dragon Maw, of course, is down at the bottom here. There's a location down here they reference, just I think it's out in the middle of nowhere, and he points to a location where if you look at this map where it says Dragon Maw is a red ribbon, like the very bottom right of that red ribbon, sort of out in the middle of nowhere there. No mountains,
Okay.
just out on the tundra. That also seems to be referenced a lot. I don't know if this is some sort of central location. A number of these things, they seem to coordinate with this location with receiving a lot of goods. So, I don't know. Difficult to say without... I can see the connections, but it doesn't talk about the meaning behind it. But if you're looking for answers, I reckon this location right here, and he sort of X's it with his finger on the map, might find some down there.
Okay.
Is there anything more specific that you were looking for I might be able to find?
I don't suppose there were any like names or anything else besides your typical coordinates and mumbo jumbo that I can't understand.
Well, yeah, there were a couple names referenced here. Had to do with shipment here, and he was kind of looking down and cutting through his notes. As he fumbles for his notes on his computer. Okay. All right. He says, well, he tears off a section of the paper at the bottom and writes down the names, looking at the ledger. There's a Rake Pick McCart, and they're referenced over in... Of course, I closed the map, because why would I keep that open?
What was his first name?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Awesome.
It is now.
Sweet. Rake Pick, Rakepick, McCart. Just McCart.
Okay. Rake Pick McCart. Okay.
And all right. And again. There we go. And they're referenced over by the Dawn Coast. This mark over here, and he points out a location just above, just northeast of where it says the Dawn Coast on the map, in that forest land. And then there's Herb Litgust, and they are referenced up in Zangard, which is a port city just northeast of us here, up in the tip of the continent.
Zangard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you said Herb?
Herb Litgust. Yep. Herb Litgust.
Okay.
Yeah. Now if you
but that's all that there's no like obvious this was all coded, right?
Yeah, it's coded. The ledgers themselves reference regular business. Seems to be a purveyor of basic materials for construction. And it's all related to that little, seems to handle some agriculture on the side here. At its face, that's all it is. These are hidden within. I pulled this, extrapolated it from the correlations in town and by name that just didn't match up with the rest of the numbers.
Okay.
Now, if you need a hand or anything, need some feelers out there, information from these on these folks, reckon I can help out a little bit.
Oh, would you ever be so kind?
I most certainly would.
Oh. That would be very helpful, darling.
You know, this is entirely up to you. And he goes over to his desk and opens up a drawer. Takes out this. They look like a case for glasses, basically, but you know, got a nice crushed velvet outside, silver lined frame where it clicks together. Closes that up and comes over and opens it up. And inside you see these two like circular stones that seem like they're pretty old. And they have this matching etching on both of them. And it's some old glyph, nothing that you recognize, nothing nature-based. This is entirely up to you, but these here are ascendant stones. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them, but if you take one and I keep the other, then I can keep you informed. Once a day we can talk to one another, just update one another if you wish, or if you come across any questions for me that I can pursue, I'd be happy to.
Well, I would very much appreciate that, but do we have to always talk to?
No, I do not want to impose on your day-to-day.
Yes, I think that would be quite helpful if you don't.
I do not at all. And he pushes, takes one and then pushes the case over for offer you the other one there.
Okay, I'll take it. Can I just like study it just a little to?
Yeah, sure.
I'm really intrigued by this.
Neat. You vaguely remember seeing something akin to this on the sailboat. They had like a sort of ascending stone system for each port. They had a glass case. I don't know if you were up on the top of the ship. Someone saw it. I can't remember who now.
I don't remember.
Or maybe that was the other campaign. I thought it was ours though, because we did a. No,
did
maybe not. Yeah,
ship?
because you haven't been on a ship yet. Okay.
No.
Not yet. Then you've never seen it before.
Ooh. I don't know what this is.
You can sense the arcana, the magic coming from it. I guess as you take some time, I mean, go ahead and roll like an arcana check if you want to see like how much of it functioning.
Nope. Let's see. What's my arcana? 5.
Oh, brutal. Let's see.
I had a little too much. It seems like.
Yeah, you imagine that. Let me just do perception because so far he's been pretty attentive to you. So I'll just see if you. Okay, all right. He's rolling pretty smooth tonight.
Ooh.
He sees you just taking a moment. It's an interesting sort of artifact, and he was, expecting maybe if you hadn't seen it, that he seems to appreciate the magic and thought you may. So he jumps in and says, so now these are pretty impressive. I just need to make sure. I think it is once a day, but let me check. Okay, yeah. So these regain their magic each day at dawn, so they can just be used once a day. However, you can reach me if you need to, and I can reach you to update you with a brief message. It's just 25 words. But
oh, that's a shame.
And he kind of looks like, for a moment, not pining per se, but just like in internal agreement at the at the notion. Indeed. the good news is that where are we? These will kind of work across the planet. Anywhere on this plane of existence, we'll be able to contact one another. There's no such thing as interference with these. Even if we're on a different plane of existence for some reason, there's still a chance that it'll get through. I think it's maybe it's a 1 in 20. Oh, there's only a 1 in 20 chance that this will not work.
Oh, okay.
A pretty secure means of communication.
Oh, well, at least as long as I know, I can reach out to you at any time I need you.
You see a little bit of blush. Yeah. Indeed. Well, is there anything else with this ledger I can help you with? Or?
I think you may have answered what I need to figure out.
Good.
There wasn't anything else that you saw around that Crestwood portion, right? Just what you told me. There's nothing else.
Yeah, nothing else up aside from that location being one of the areas they were planning on taking something from or delivering something to.
The only thing that delivered there was death, and that was it. So I'm just curious. But anyways, I'm not here to talk about sad things.
I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe there's something else I can help you with before we can help each other with, perhaps, before...
Oh, we can definitely help each other.
Wonderful.
I mean, you don't have anywhere to be right now, do you?
Not for quite a while.
Oh, that's perfect. I only need quite a while. I'm going to go over and lock the door.
Nice. Okay, because this guy has been rolling so well, I'm going to have him roll if what seems like is happening, I'm going to have him roll a performance check, just because I wanted to see.
Not?
Oh, okay.
Is he rolling a performance check?
Yeah, he's rolling a performance check. Awesome. I don't know what his modifier would be, but he rolled an 18, so I feel like he was competent. Sorry, Rheya.
I'm not giving a inspiration die to an
Nope.
That's awesome.
Nope, he's on his own.
I imagine.
He rolls a natural
super
1.
charisma.
Well,
yeah, he got an 18, so I feel like he was acceptable. I don't know what Thaxel's standards are, but I would imagine that he did an all right.
We may never know.
Yeah. And so the sun sets over the Davenstar estate, and yeah. Oh, right. I'll cut over to Aerie and Demalagus in the meantime.
It might I'm debating if it's a bigger conversation, where if she would follow Rheya into the library, or did Rheya seem she wanted to be alone?
She essentially invited everyone to, if they want to go to their rooms, they can go to their rooms. If they want to drink, they can come drink.
She follows into the library. It's like,
can I get you something?
anything I'll do at this point?
All right.
Not in any danger currently. Kind of.
Look, I didn't mean to shoot you down at dinner. I don't have a problem talking about my mother, but it's sort of sensitive for my brother, so I was trying to protect him.
How long ago?
Oh, we were children. I was maybe 2, 3.
Oh, so you guys didn't do it. Accident? Or not an accident?
It seems like it was an accident. It happened on the road. It was bandits when she was heading home to visit a family. So.
Well.
But that's the family we're in. Sometimes we are targets when we don't mean to be, so. You?
I had a home once.
Yeah. You looking for a new one?
Not with the experience of the old one. Not when you... Mine was an accident too, but all I remember is waking up, fire in my hands, the house burned down. No one else but me made it out. Still hear their scream. You know, when I'm not hearing other things.
Yes, it seems like you are having a bit of a rough time of it, aren't you?
Which leads to us, I mean, kind of been in and out the past couple weeks. I know, me being more me than usual. But us giving up that stone seemed kind of like a risk. One powerful thing to another.
It did, but it didn't come to me. I was just wrapped up in it, and I can't say I wasn't glad to see it go. I mean, I would have rather been a little bit more sure about the whole situation, but I don't know. I had this feeling that it was fine. I don't know.
Eyes to Malagus. I don't know. It seemed I've got something pretty powerful that wanted it. You know something pretty powerful that wanted it. And yet we just give it away to something else powerful. It just seems curious, is all.
I think the situation we're in at that particular moment was we gave it up and were granted a boon, or we were slaughtered. We were clearly outmatched. However, Akari's eye isn't gone. There may be a way to retrieve it, and possibly other things. It would require some planning and quite a bit of research.
But it seems, with one passage of a connection for all of us, seems this has now locked us in to another. We're kind of all stuck with each other for this.
For the moment, I suppose, but you're not doing anything else, are you?
Just trying to get more information. Aren't we all?
Yes, we are.
Seems we all are also seem to be running away from things, though. You just seem to able to run back to something too.
Well, that's the nice thing about helping build something. You get to come back to it. Don't worry, I'm sure it's going to be fine.
Oh, it's been so far.
I mean, you're doing better than I am. I died.
Well, yes. Did you not want to talk to him about the thing? Have you even figured that out yet? Like, it's...
Well, you know, I'm back home. I'm going to go to church and pray a little, see how that goes. And of course, I'm going to tell my brother about it, but I didn't think we needed to bring it up at the table. Magdalena is not the most trustworthy. And in our family, that's not a good thing. So we don't talk around her.
Fair enough to keep her.
Well, when she's related to very important people in your family, you can't just get rid of her.
And Daddy dearest?
What about my father?
Kind of responsible for all of this, and again seems to.
Yeah.
This shop you have?
Yes, of course. I mean, he's the one who built it up, with his lieutenant, but he still feels that being involved in the business is the best way to run the business, so it's not unusual that he's gone. Honestly, that's the reason that Tassos is here, is because I was gone and, my father's gone often, so one of us has to stay here.
Yes. Forgive me if I'm a bit unaware about how a family is supposed to work. Had one for that little bit, but...
It's all right, Era dear. We're not the usual family, so... We're a bit confusing.
And little insight check on
that one. You're certainly welcome to, yeah.
Certainly try.
To leave mystery up, you can roll whatever you might feel is appropriate, or nothing at all, Rheya, and just let her know.
Okay. Okay. Hold, please.
Yeah, how do I...
Oh, and don't forget, you can use real dice if you...
Okay.
There we go, sorry. Oh, yeah. I just have to pop up the... All right, insight... I promise I will take a picture of it. But it's a natural 20. Plus 2 is 22.
Mine was only an 8. I rolled an 18, so that makes it a 24.
Oh!
Insane.
It's just I don't know, whatever you want to do.
Poker faces all around. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she has a slightly unique family. There's definitely a unique family structure. Yeah, it's not every day that you see a family and then there are 2 other people in their family portrait. So.
I think it's Rheya.
She's glad she saved the rogue's life. This is fun.
Yeah. Nice.
I hope you're enjoying yourself.
You feel a bit of a almost like not quite a buzz, but more like an electric. Gosh, I don't know. I can't think of any terms that don't sound dirty. It's like a like it vibrates, or it
Too long talking to Thaxel.
Yeah, clearly, it just straight in that the gutter, and it's there.
A tingle, a zap.
Tingle, that's the other one. Yeah, I was like, but from the pouch.
There's a buzz of energy.
Wait, who has a small pouch that has the eggs in it? Yeah, okay. Just someone had one that was big enough to hold. Yeah. And so that, I think that pouch is, you usually keep that on like on your hip or on your side. Okay.
Yeah.
You feel that, and as you look at it, you see the the tip of the egg is so sorry. Is starting to come out of the pouch, and it just pours out and like onto the chair next to you, and there's like a rock to the egg. It's not cracking, but you hear a little bit of a rock in the egg, and that's where we'll end tonight's set.
Oh,
yay!
Oh no!
Not yay!
Oh my god! Is it gonna imprint on me and Rheya? Are we gonna be parents?
Oh my gosh!
Awesome.
Or is it just gonna automatically look at Falcon? Mama?
Awesome.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I hadn't established where I was, and I probably would be like just kind of like off to the side in the library with everyone else.
Awesome.
Well, this was a blast.
Yes. Thank you all so much. It's so much fun tonight. I hope you all did.
Oh,
So glad we got to have
too bad
And that's
Deena
all
wasn't there.
And that was only one. That was only one egg that was doing that.
Yeah, just the one.
Okay.
All right, a
Oh,
lot of
man.
gears shifting throughout that whole thing. That was a lot of fun.
We're gonna have our own pet cloaker.
You gotta read the chat when you're watching on a video on demand, because that's the best.
Awesome.
Oh my god, I was dying.
Yeah.
Sweet. Oh, I missed so much of the
Thanks,
chat.
Randy.
Awesome. Well, thank you, players. Definitely, you guys just killed it tonight. So epic and so hilarious and just so amazing. I really felt there in the world tonight, even more so than usual. It's great. Thank you, chat. Certainly, I can't wait to go read through and see all the hilarious stuff here. Yeah, so we should be back on. We shouldn't have to miss any more sessions for the foreseeable future, which is exciting. So you can catch us for episode 12 next Tuesday, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern Time. And then we have Stormfall on Fridays. Same thing, Eastern Time, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Very much looking forward to finding out, like, what's going on with the egg. And how the warning goes for Faxel and Tassos. Tassos?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I wrote him down as Thanos because I forgot his name again. But
That's
anyway,
awesome.
Fine, it's Thanos now.
No, it's Tassos because it's just interesting.
And just
Awesome.
and just like that, half of the continent that we're on dies.
No.
Nice. I just love all the different dynamics going on with everyone. And we'll probably, if you guys want to think, players, if you want to think of anything that you'd like to do over the next, whatever it is, like a little less than a week before Deena gets there, we can also do like a, little role play for the Rheya Tassos convo. But everything else we might be able to summarize. If there's any training or any downtime stuff you want to do in that time, let me know over this week so we can put it in. That way, shortly after we start, we can have Deena arrive and have everyone back in.
Sounds like a plan.
Neat.
Yay!
I won't make it so like after darky, like.
That was
No
great.
walk of shame. There's got to be a walk of shame.
Daxel does not do a walk of shame.
Yeah.
I will own that shit.
Nice.
Magdalena's waiting outside that door.
Oh god.
Well, she's
She's
not
gonna
allowed to
want
join.
every detail when she gets there. She's
No,
gonna be
I
like,
will.
"No,
I'll
tell
give her all the details.
Excellent."
Awesome.
Oh man.
Rheya, get details ready.
I just thought it'd be nice to bring you guys home. Nice meal.
It was really nice for
know,
someone.
I mean, in my defense, I'm upset, and this is just what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Not
Ikram
me.
hospitality.
Neat. I do love the way it went. Very like a natural thing. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, I can't wait till next week. Can we just skip to Tuesday? Next week?
Yes,
I
please.
know.
Well, I hope you all have a wonderful.
Yay, Aries back as well as.
Yes.
Yay,
Aries
Anna's
is
back.
nice.
And
Yes.
yay.
God, Aries back.
Oh
We've
boy.
missed you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The rest of us have missed you.
Nice.
Maybe not Falcon, but
I love, the Airy Valken vibe. Like, Airy's just so harsh, and I love it. I might be
good.
special. Yeah.
I'm excited.
You've got to make the weak one strong. She's got to like focus on it.
I'm excited for the Airy Rheya conversation about the healing vision thing from a while ago.
Oh, maybe the healing.
Yeah.
Oh, and she.
From when she healed her during the nightmare.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Confrontation.
That's right. Awesome.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
It's
Deena's worrying about her own dreams coming up.
Prepare. Yes. Oh, so much excitement. Okay. Yay. But I know some of you have to get to bed. Thank you all so much for being here. You all rock. I'm just so excited to be able to do this with you all each week.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, shucks. Yeah, no problem. I have a blast. All right. Well, hope you all have a wonderful night. And Valkyrie, that's awesome. And we'll catch you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.